Right, sorry for the long wait, but I'm back. Welcome to part 5 of Doki Doki Literature Club, or DDLC Plus. And last part we finished off the main story, where we deleted Monica, and then it refreshed without Monica. But then Sayori took over, and then she just deleted it all, and then we had to restart. And now I did a bit of grinding, and I've gone through each of their stories in like one playthrough, and then I got this secret poem, if I can find it, this one, here we go. To special players received this special ending. For years I have been enamored by the ability of visual novels and games in general to tell stories in a way not possible using traditional media. Doki Doki Literature Club is my love letter to that. Games are interactive art. Some let you explore new worlds. Some challenge your mind in brand new ways. Some made you feel like a hero or a friend, even when life is hard on you. Some games are just plain fun. That's okay too. Everyone who likes different kinds of games. People who enjoy dating sims may have a heightened empathy for fictional characters, or they might be experience feelings that life has not been kind enough to offer them. If they are enjoying themselves, then that's all that matters. That goes for shooting games, casual games, sandbox games, anything. Preferences are preferences, and our differences are the reason we have thriving video game industry. My own favourite games have always been the ones that challenge the status quo. Even if it's not a masterpiece, any game that attempts something wildly different may earn a special place in my heart. Anything that further pushes the limitless bounds of interactive media. I extend my gratitude to all those who have taken the time to achieve full completion. I hope you enjoyed playing the game as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you for being a part of my literature club. Love, Dan Salvato. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, I did a bit of grinding. I got a bunch of poems, and you go through all these, and then, yeah. But I'm gonna, this one we're doing the side stories, because after you like done all them, they give you all the side stories. I'm gonna probably be doing what? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12, so I'll do 6 this one, and then I'll do one more last part, so another 6, because it gives me time then to get all the other, gives me time to give all the other like pictures. I know there's some pictures for doing all the side stories, but I can search up, because some poems are like, I think some you can get for doing certain things or like certain methods. So all these, I think the rest of these ones are all of side stories. These secret ones, they're, if I am correct, you have to just go through the second half of the game a lot to get them. And then the background, side stories, and then sketches, probably more side stories. And then promos, I'm not 100% sure how you get the rest of these. I can't even remember these three. But yeah. So this one, what it has here is if you delete Monica twice. But literally in DDLC, oh no, characters, there's only those three. Actually, wait, can I go DDLC? I wonder if I get the ending again. Nah, it just comes up with the ending thing. Yeah, okay. But literally Siri says at the end, thank you for doing all this, and it's like not Monica deleting her, it's just thanks for spending time with every single one of us. It's very nice. But we do all these: trust, understanding, respect, balance, reflection, and self-love. Go through all these. Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DDLC. Yes, done all that. So I'm gonna begin side story. This literally has what? It really don't matter in this. If you, it does. It's like all the background. This is how like the literature club started. Okay everyone, the literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? Ugh, I miss debate club. Who knew it could be so difficult to start a new club? I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. Monica is the only member of the literature club. With the days that have passed, all of her efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Monica glances at one of the flyers, yeah. The headline is, do you like literature? Maybe nobody is into literature enough to pick it over their own club interests. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them a vision. But what kind of a vision? Monica rests her head on the desk, deep in thought. But before she realizes it, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up on her. It's so quiet and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. Bum bum. Yeah, just double checking. Hello. Let's see her. Suddenly a voice causes Monica to snap awake. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I never do this. Yeah, is this the napping club? No, this is Monica pausing, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, the literature club. This is the literature club. Yeah, I thought I got the wrong for a second. Super sorry, it was like so unprofessional of me to do that. I apologize, I do all the time. Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everyone? Well, about that, this is everybody. Really? Just you? We're getting more members, I'm working really hard on it. Hold on a sec. If it's just you, that means I get to be vice president. Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications? Well, I'm better at snuffing than you. Maybe I should be president. Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry. And what's your name? Zero. I like this music. Okay, Zero. I've been trying really hard on this club. When you caught me off, it caught me at a weird time, but I'm really disheartening to not be taken seriously, you know? I can't say much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was joking about the vice president thing though, too. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that Monica tries to say something reassuring about it, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know much about Sierra. I'm sorry that this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found found a few more members at least? Well, no, I want to join now. Really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing something amazing, you should be proud of it, you know? Let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. Nothing else, I'm good at that. So, honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? It's really sweet of you, Sarah. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way. Monica. Such a cool name. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. You're smiling. Well, I didn't say it didn't work. Monica glances at the flyer on the desk and realizes that her name is already written on it. So, what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? You can go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members. I can do that. Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into the vision of the club. I know, like a mission. My mission is to make everyone happy. Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it. Hey, do you like hugs? Yes, sir. So he suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug. Then let's go. Some people could just really use a hug sometimes. Besides, so he whispers loudly. Hug energy is what keeps me the best. Hug energy. Monica laughs. Although Siri is very different from her, Monica feels her spirits lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. And I think really hard to know about how to get more people. Yeah, me too. A day passes and the time comes for the literature club. Monica and Siri to reconvince advance and Monica ensures that she's the first to arrive to a club room, but she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Siri. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Siri changed her mind about joining. And that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly Siri comes pounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry I'm late, I'm here. It's okay, welcome back. And Siri spins over to Monica and deposits the sheet onto Monica's desk. Oh wait, what's this? Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step, so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me. While I look up to you, the more I look forward the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you your smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand forward, take me to your dreamland. My hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland, okay. Hey, this is really good. You write this here? Of course. Wait, no, that's the wrong side of the paper. Huh? I wasn't ready to share that yet. I'm so embarrassed. Monica flips over the paper written on the other side with a list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh, so this is what you meant to show me. But I'm curious now. You write poetry often. I do, but I'm sure it's not anywhere near as good as you are. Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. Never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after and I write it. And I'm like, oh, this is stupid. I don't know. It's like if the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. You should have more confidence in yourself. You're the literature club president. I guess you're not wrong though. I need to like set a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, like sharing poems we write and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I would love that. Such a nice way to learn about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can express to other people usually. But you can when it's in a poem, right? But, yeah, I think that's helping me form a more cohesive version for the club. So I'm glad you showed me. Well, even though it was by accident, me too. I found embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try and show you more in the future. I'd love that. Oh jeez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over the recruitment brainstorm together? I brainstormed so hard it was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster. Theory, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at this list. Make cupcakes. I was hungry. That's a good idea, isn't it? Let's me think about this. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, like when they come into the club. What if we said we had 3 cupcakes on the flyers? I'm like kind of worried that would bring in the wrong kinds of people, you know? Wrong kinds. People would just come here for cupcakes and leave. Oh, nobody would do that. That'd be mean. You know, I want to find people who are really into literature, even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list, 100 people reading books. I don't think I get it. Like going around the school and finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And we'll tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is like, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for assignment or something? How would we know if they're just reading for fun? Well, we could ask them, but then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part, I'm sorry. I don't apologise, you're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than put them up on the wall. I'd rather like to start doing that. I'm useful. I never said you weren't. I think I just need to think, what would we tell people when handing them out? I don't want to be just like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better encourage people or engage. What if I told them about the club activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club. Okay, Siri, pretend you're a normal person for a second. I didn't mean it like that. You know, like a random passerby who gets getting a flower, how would they react to the idea of a literature club? I'd be like, it's just stupid. I'm doing an anime club. It's like the character we play. The heck? Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine. Okay, what if I said that we like do group reading and discuss it together? I'd probably nap through it. That's using theory. Yeah, but that doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. You need to really catch their interest, you know? This sucks. Why is it so hard? Monica, don't be sad. What do you like about literature theory? Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways that you can't normally do when you're just doing normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like internet. Oh, yeah. How do we get that across to people? It could be like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. Okay, that's kind of... Yeah, I was just kidding. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is it? I've got all my things in my classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed. Yeah, silly me. Rushed, but you were... never mind. Do you want to get used to a phone? I'll forget if I don't go now. Well, I'll wait here for you then. Okay. I'll only take a second. Siri dashes out of the room. Leave Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her thoughts down on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Do you want to do? Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Right into your heart. Write the way to into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame. Monica, you startled me. Sorry, there's something important. On the way to the classroom, there was a girl reading a book. Reading a book? Sorry, I'm a recruiter. Wait, are you sure she's not doing her homework? I could tell she was really into it. Well, I guess we could take a look. Monica grabs one of the flyers and stands up from the desk. Then the two depart from the classroom with Sarah leading the way. This way. I have to run. Sarah leads Monica over to a particular classroom but lowers her voice to whisper. See, in here. Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting all alone, intentionally reading a book. I feel like a creep doing this. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president, and I would probably scare her away. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Monica takes a deep breath and timidly enters the classroom. That was fast. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. What happened? Well, I entered the classroom and she didn't even look up from her book. So I kind of left the flyer on the desk and then walked out. That's kind of cute. Yeah, I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club. I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two head back to the classroom, Sarah feeling rather accomplished and Monica still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. Upon returning, Monica and Siri resume their strategy meeting. They discuss various different kinds of recruitment tactics from professional to silly. After going through Siri's list and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end up better spot than where they was when they began. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yeah. I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Siri appears at the sheet of paper Monica was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that, I was just thinking to myself. Join the literature club, write the way into your heart. So cute. I thought it was a little over dramatic. But Siri pauses and thinks for a moment. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. What do you mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong. Yeah, but would you call yourself a perfectionist? Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea in my head of how I want things to go. And it's like I can't accept anything less than that. But I think it'll end up... I think in the end, it helps me to try hardest at everything. So I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it into exactly what we envision it. But it feels like we're the only have one shot at it. So I'm just really afraid of what the thing, I don't know what that says, from that, the vision, or diverting, that's it. What's the vision? It's, Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs, I don't know, I just want everyone to, Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps a finger against a sheet of paper. Write your way into the heart. I think what you're trying to do is make the club what you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course, but I'm here to help you. Monica returns Sayori's smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really gonna make this the best club ever. Sayori nods and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner. The only movement in the afternoon sunlight trickling in the way of out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home. You tell me you're the president. Hahaha. Okay, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too. Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go ahead, I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. That's alright, I just want some alone time. In that case, Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica. Good luck! Monica smiles and waves in return to Sayori, spins off her ways out the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed right now. The club that I need the most. I don't get it. I just wanted to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that, because it's not the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. The person who's forced to perfect. Monica suddenly noticed a folder on the floor by a desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have a homework in. Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy as a flower plucked from the ground. The colour, the scent. So pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more joy, I need more happy. Pluck, pluck, pluck every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You're going to die and you too. What? Okay, beneath my feet a flower stands alone. It beckons me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clingy roots. Carelessly, the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland. The fruits of labor, the courage of my joy, or the carnage of my joy. And that is why I've decided I must become the flower. What the? Wait, Sayori? At the end? Yeah. Oh wow, we got a lot. Got mail. Oh yeah, I need to do this as well. This is what we got after doing all that. Have a nice weekend. I'm on leave the rest of the weekend of the week. Contact Ravi if you need to schedule server time, but I expect my jobs to run for a few days since we've collected so much data this week. How about we arrange a meeting to discuss results when I return? Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. Can't imagine how tenderness it must have been so decisively hide Monica's invalidated permissions from her without disturbing our connection with VM. Just to clarify, all the recordings labeled side stories are part of the main or are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here and the difference or differ and a little bit from those of VM1, even trivial ones. Is it part of the butterfly effect? Some of Monica's more fundamental changes, or is this the result of messing around with other characters in VM1 as her own experiment or for fun? So, if I'm keeping track, we have what, like 5 different universes in total, with 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monica. Of course, it's funny because I keep wanting to speculate on which one is real, or which one is the real universe, but in reality, they all are as real as ours anyway. Was that ever? I never knew that was a poem. Or not poem, a mail. It's stuff I feel like I'm thinking about. I'd never actually seen them before. I don't know if that's just because I never really looked into the mail before, or thingy. Yeah, that's just that. I've got more pictures. But I never actually oh yeah, sorry. I never looked into the mail and whatnot, but I think that's new, possibly. It talks about VM and VM1. I've seen a couple of theories on it. If you ever seen Game Theory, he does loads on them. And he did some ages ago about Doki Doki Literature Club, and VM and VM1 is like two different universe types of stuff. VM1, if I'm correct, apparently it's in Yuri's book. Apparently like that's the world where they're in some camp and whatnot, and they're all like Sayori, Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri are in that camp, and then there'll probably more of them, but then Monica is something rare or whatever, and then they're putting her in different universes, and now, I didn't know this, but she's starting to destroy them. Every universe she goes in destroys, and at the end of like DDLC she destroyed her. But in the end it was for the greater good, I guess. Right, side stories. Trust part 2. It took half an hour for that one side story. Plus we had the intro and whatnot, so about 20 minutes I'd say. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. So stupid. How do I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through these kinds of feelings. I'm letting her confront me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. So much full of that stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made it all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters a realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordless, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do all this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share this certain thing, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friends. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check it if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry, and I think I'll be able to put that aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. We've just met, ain't they? This is the Literature Club. It's a place where you can express themselves, or people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision, right the way into your heart or whatever. So I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Able to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about the recruitment? It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know. No way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need like some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Well, starting isn't so hard. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. But that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first, then make it sound pretty later. It's not like buildings or railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like college, where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way. But it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget what actually is important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper and starts writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. Haha, I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, you idiot, after she writes it down. No, keep it. But why? You call me an idiot? Of course not. But that's the point. You're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just... Well, yeah, underneath the scribble, Monica writes, you idiot. She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself for. And then I did that exact thing anyway. This is really going to take some time to get used to. I believe in you. Thanks, I do too. Yeah, I mean, but I also, of course, but also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, pepped with all her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it, but it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me that much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you, Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I wouldn't be so picky about the language. Yeah, let's do it. Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one to the club room. With her is the printout of the revisited literature club flyer. complete with all its new ideas Monica and Theo come up with. If only this was the flyer we give to that one reading guild the other day. So much more attractive than the old one, but the new catchphrase is featured clearly on the center of the flyer, right the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is the one we can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully Monica and Siri had thought that'd be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why does it feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be a president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight of Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. The debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating I don't know what it says, points and counterpoints, and delivery them with conversation. It was about a person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this metal wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs a pen. She presses the tip on the pen firmly against the paper, but her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of the pen. Monica lifts the pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh! Out of spite of herself, Monica presses the pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica, just move your hand. Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Huh. Nice poem, Monica. This sounds awful. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Siri approach the desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjustment desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new file looks good. Oh, it looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. So hard just to be vulnerable. Siri takes a sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down that then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. Trust me with anything. Siri gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Siri's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Oh God. Siri, this is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too, because you're like a million times better than me. It's completely not true. Sayori takes deep breaths and trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of that promise yesterday, I want to. It just feels right, you know? Oh, yeah, I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. But Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually to push Sayori that Sayori needed. Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I can get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier just to smile and help everyone else to be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in the fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside of my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too. What did I say? History. I am worried, huh? Part of me really hates myself for doing this, but another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do this. What to do, especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and a friendship doesn't have to change. So silly, the club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of constant connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave, I don't even compare. Monica steps forward, but if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you'd like. Wordless and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulders. Through the contact, Monica can almost feel the turret of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that all of the days that have passed, this is one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything, I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away, and now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now. So she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. This is just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows Sayori said it herself. In fact, the thought Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. Yeah. You have so much value. To me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really mean that. Oh, I really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have ever happened. Even if you never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you bought here. Yeah, that's what you bought here. Yeah? You bought us a vision, and you also bought us happiness. And that's your favourite thing to do, right? Terry doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. There you are. Do exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. Scary. Since it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do it the best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Well, that made me tired. And hungry. Haha. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up to it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I might not. Yeah, but I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, a sound at the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside, a face that seems familiar. It's the girl that was reading the book. Here we got. Oh, we got more mail. Character. I don't even know what it says. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that certain character is missing from any mention or appearance that makes me speculate that Monica's meddling in is less clumsy than we think, because she would have had a malfunction. Oh yeah, manufacturer this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited and distant personality traits? Or am I reading too much into this? I'll open up an issue to start tracking info. Observations on the anomaly of this character appearing. Is the character us? Pictures. I didn't get any more of them, but I think we got. Oh wait, we didn't. Did we get the poem for? Nah. We got this picture. And is that it? I got the concept. Rough concept of what our faceless protagonist might have looked like if we was a real character. Email. Yeah, so that's what we would look like. I think, yeah, the character is that. Us. Music. We got more music. There's a lot now. Peachy Pie, Dusk, Energy. What's the one best? Well, we do what we done. Sayori and Monica's trust. Now we're doing Sayori and Yuri's understanding. And then what? Do these two, and in like almost an hour for just two of them. So Might be like 3 hour stream, you know. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by a sound at the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks in. Oh, just dropped something. A face that seems familiar. It's Yuri! Yeah! Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She's very conspiracy mouths to Monica. What? It's her, it's the girl! It's true, the girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading in the classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a fly on the desk, it seems she found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please, come inside. The girl fully steps in the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding the eye contact. Sayori continues to fail containing her excitement. It's happening, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry, it's a little empty. I'm Monica, this is Sayori, and we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. John nods, sliding over nearby desk, gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yes, have you heard of Anna? I know, it's so awkward. It's just like, she's coming to the club because she really loves reading, and these two, I don't know about Sayori, but I think Monica is a little bit alright in reading, and then Sayori just like wants to have fun, I think. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favourite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica's stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, slightly asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so it must be great. I'm so happy I found this cool. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in the locker. I should have bought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them, please. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, nothing to herself, the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on the desk. Sure, okay. I'll go get the first one for you then. Yuri exits the classroom, or clubroom, in a flash. Leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have like no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff like that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's a neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but well, if it's her only interest, doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monica, don't you think you should be a bit more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you were afraid of not being able to take the lead. Haha, what the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Zero. It's just like learning what makes people really happy, or makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could try to take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, very low voice. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. You know what? I didn't know how long the side stories was. I thought they might have been shorter. So I might do four, I guess. This one, and then I might just do that for the next two then. I know it's spreading them out a bit, but my god, I feel like it's gonna take forever. I don't mind doing the side stories, it's just, it's not like thingy, it's more of the old backstory of the game. It's nothing new. Well, it is new, but it's nothing like, I like the second half of the game more than the first half of the game, you know, where everything starts to break. So this is just sitting there reading, and I've already heard this before, so it's kind of not that much interesting for me, but I still want to do it though, because I forgot a lot about it. So I'm going to do this one, and then the other one, and then I'm going to end stream, then hopefully tomorrow I'll do another one, and do maybe, depends how I'm feeling, but it'll probably be like another 4, then do another 4. Taps the finger against a dauntingly chunky bulk Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with a short time gone, indicates she may have run at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Siri and sets the book down on the desk. Just as Siri fitted the book, Yuri's book for her is just about equal to the size of the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started into it. There are some things that are more explained in the other books that take place in the same universe, so going over these would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Very nicely interjects. Well, I was thinking just maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. I think like if we're gonna be reading it together, then I would like, from across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Theory while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault, since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because she very glances over at Monica. Monica came into the classroom and put a file on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and I couldn't even look up. So she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was. But I decided that was probably irrational. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you, so I just walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things that are the worst possible scenario. Well, I really was nervous to come here for some other reasons too, such as being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came to the right time. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with other people before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things would you like? Things are you into? Like genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Just things you would think are dumb. Sayori pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about I'll tell you things about something. How about I'll tell you about something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. And I'm pretty into like crafty things. I'm making cute little collages or decorating things like pads or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But then I put it off till the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. That sounds quite creative. Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into right now. Sayori nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I'm not. Oh yeah? Well, I'm happily appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. The reporter is feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. How dare you, Sarah? I like going out into the woods or to the park, just places where you can walk and sit and not have any people around. Peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself away from anything that matters and let racing mind operate autonomy for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever it feels like I need it. Well, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had indeed to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Alright, looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are you two going to starting on the book, the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically turns to her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the clubroom. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. Yeah, I don't do anything. I just talk. Still, besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. It feels really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she will have a great time here, with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the club with her next meeting? I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I try my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone is in their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Is that end of the part? Swans? I know. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again. Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silent. Something stuck in my throat. Yuri slightly nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Yuri tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and how you had to stop me so we could talk fast. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Hahaha. Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Why? Because I know that you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody is was truly interested, but if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. At the moment of uncontrollable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have been working on the recruitment stuff mostly, so it just sounded like something fun we could do together, reading your books. You know, like a club activity, that would be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Siri pulls her desk up against Yuri and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Siri reads the cover of the book. Duskbell? Part of the Everlast Saga. It is Duskbell by Annabelle. So, I'm ready now. Alright, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a special spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes. Like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? Yes, this is an effective strategy. Exactly, I'm sure it would be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Theory jokes flew completely over Yuri's head. Thinking about it, she decided that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company though, through this, but I'll try to help you make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're super smart. Oh please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide a smile at the light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrastedly, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. That's a close one. Especially you. No. Siri rubs her shoulder against Yuri. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being so shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After a minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with what they had with their club activity. With their planned club activity, Yuri begins to guide Siri through the basics of fantasy world the story takes place in. The more of the details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Siri seems to have. But despite Siri's expectations, Yuri logically guides her through it in a way such that is fun to follow along. It becomes evident that in the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? I like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are like putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. You're into poetry. I think there's a penance that includes some kind of kingdom's written works, like poetry and songs. No way. Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's had Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now, if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sayori jots Yuri's patience into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of glad that you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sayori flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What does it vindicated mean? Well, it's the context. It essentially means that it's proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Good morning. Oh, good morning to you. It's, well, I think... What time is it for me? It's about 3 in the morning, so I say it's almost there. Good morning for you though. And welcome. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. How's the stream going, boss? I mean, it's okay. You're the first person to join, so I guess it's not going that bad. But nonetheless, I just want to go through this game. The two continue reading. Sayori's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Well, I also want to talk to you. Nice. Cool. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. I'm gonna DM you, and you can reply whenever. It's not urgent. Okay, that's fine. I'll reply whenever. I don't know when. It might be during the stream or whatever. But it's fine. Yeah. I've been reading a lot, so I'm not best. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, her expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are you talking about the past right now, or the present? Where? Right here. We're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. I don't know what. Oh god, I didn't even see what I said. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied for context. I'll create this one. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value of notes as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding them to it. Oh, okay. I'll check that bit out later. Give me a second, guys. to understand the value of the notes, as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reduction in question comes from her getting used to reading, but rather than from her revering that she'll come across as stupid. At least Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay, Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she has gotten through so far. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Theory tries to find the words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and to keep doing my best, so I can see it in the way you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow, but I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. So Yuri is left alone with the words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid to her. And her. I should have told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. The only thing I'm good at, and I still mess it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at the desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. This is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough? I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. Okay, cool. So then, one more side story, and then that'll be the end. For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at the desk, she stomps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy, but my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass and nobody enters the club room, not Yuri or Monica. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. I'm going to leave such a bad impression on the new club members. Like Yuri, if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. Hi, welcome, Suki. He jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Siri sitting alone inside. Okay, kind of simple job, but I'd be happy if you tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could be also conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of the new flyer, then go around the billboards and replace the old ones with new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Siri, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up conversations. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up and into conversation. How the heck does Sayori do that? Ah, sorry. I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad it's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny how... I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm really intimidated by things that I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club would just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club working... Oh wait, the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it. And I'm not, and I'm stupid for forcing her onto it. Forcing onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started to stead the force, but can't figure out how to continue outside the force. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. It's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvene you with this. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, if we put it this way, it's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people joining the club, hopefully anyway, and learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. Not just only some people. Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, that kind of club would be it. Or what club would be it? Would it be that? Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from sympathetic approach. Sympathetic. Sympathetic. I'm just going to say that approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of. or taking pity on. And Sayuri falls into that third category. What? Hold on. You're saying that Sayuri is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayuri is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed her onto. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhat in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over the original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down with a fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Yuri is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain to her that it makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has it? One person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs. I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayuri would be able to say better. Sayuri is someone who is give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayuri to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. It's just like one thing bounces off the other. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayuri wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayuri, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away fast. However thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn out the whole venting session, but I understand that I just need to communicate with her. Sorry, you're totally fine. It's just a club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. So for a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finish replacing the old flyers with the new ones. Accurately, Monica mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts toward the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home, I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff tea in the club room. You could use it like an electric kettle or to heat up the water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from anxiety of the task that lies before her, but it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the club room door. Yuri? Oh wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Yuri shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers for words, suddenly caught off at her throat. At the moment, she realizes how Yuri has been spending an afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter fast, but I got most of the way through it. And look, Yuri holds up a sheet of paper, a page of notes, beautifully produced with the indecisions, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I was trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this, Yuri. Yuri's voice quivers in shock after hearing received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. Yuri looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay, just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I'm not treating you differently. I just want to be friends. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if I did this, did something like together that you really like, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks into her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard just to articulate your thoughts or accumulate? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal customs as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Yuri or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here before Monica sees her like this, and before Yuri tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri could put any strength into her leg, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. It's okay. Fairy whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest and pull away from Yuri's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through the clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand that things you're feeling in your head are different from the things that I'm trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffs again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, and sneaks while steadily holding their voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me, but it feels like everyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather than she waits for Yuri to continue. You skip. Nah. I got excited when I joined the lecture club. I'm sorry, I want to see some settings in it, yeah. You can see the text speed, the auto forward time, and dialogue box size. Music. Skip after choices. Ah, yeah. You can do this and this. So the unseen text is like text you have not seen if you put that on. That's the thing what really confuses some people. If you put that on, it skips text that you haven't seen, but if you have it off, when you click skip, it skips all the way until the text that you haven't seen and then stops. That's what I had when I was doing the other ones, because I've forgotten a lot about it. I just skipped and then it just stopped. That's one thing I did find out by doing this. I hope they make another one. Another Doki Doki or something. This one's really good. And I enjoyed it. Yeah, I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it finally my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only thing I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. And timidly, I just want to be treated like a normal person. Just how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Theory who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading, so I'll help you with your things that you need to do. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while you were reading. I was so afraid that you would get frustrated with me, but I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm not sure it's the same for you, right? Oh, is it? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, and you know, worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club, but it's the best part of we're all different and we have different interests. Like about the book, I'm reading it because I want to. I promise. That's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake for me not to enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover things if we try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that I'll be glad that I'll try and learn more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Hahaha. Yuri frights back a smile at the comment. Already a heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have invoked through the cares of series and your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Theory's sense in Yuri's comfort lets her rest. It must be difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But it's a literature club. To make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Well then, based on the understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we two continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear, but we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course, I'm not going to judge anything this early on, but so we'll just see what happens. Oh, and it's not good to touch people while they're without their consent first. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying, I'm back. Monica's back. She always just comes out of nowhere, just frightening you. It's like you're just talking and she just teleports. It's like just what Sans does. Monica's back. I haven't seen you like at all recently. Siri trots over to Monica. She whispers loudly, "Can I hug you?" Sure, Siri. Siri wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Siri can be kind of a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster. Atreus is a monster. If he... Oh no, Atreus, I'm thinking of God of War. Temenus is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, if he could spell the tester. Hahaha, Yuri laughs. Monica, perplexed, looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity of the literature club. About that. Well, you've so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you. And learn about the things that you like. Yes. You like poetry? Da-na-na-na. Yuri smiles. Is that it? Da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's the end. And more mail, more reading. Oh my god. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. Ha 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 ha. It would get a 404 in microsecond. Are you just relying on tweets manually, or did I code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it based on the contents of the tweets? Example, not screaming for help. I assume they're coming from the control simulation. I think there's actually Twitter that made what's called Monica. I'm not sure. These are all the pictures we get. Silly, awesome, yawn. These are the little notes she made. Flower, to do, wake up, get ready, go. With any more? I got this. Anything else? No. And then music. Got loads of music. He keeps adding it. Like it was piece by piece. Hug energy. Didn't we have one? Yeah. Cool. Okay, I'll start then. So, I don't know. Files. Game. Phone words. Text. Fonts. Audio. I delete poem words. Yeah. Next time we're going to be doing respect and probably balance and then reflection and self-love. So next one we're seeing Nasuki, if I'm correct. And then yeah. And I know there's one secret one at the very end at the bottom where they all talk. So that one should be fun. And then yeah, I think it should be all of the DDLC until they bring something else out. I hope they do. I really do. Because the game came out, I think, 2018, maybe before that. It's a bit of an old game, and then they've wow, it's been like a year in it since Plus came out. I think I might be wrong about this, but they brought Plus out, and I feel like they might be pushing for something else because they have all this now. Because you couldn't see this before, or beforehand, you could own like the normal game, and then it was only PC only, so you would have the normal in-game files, and there wasn't much in there. So I think that's really cool. Well, that's about it then. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when the next post on upload. And yeah, if you want to join my Discord, we have a few active members. It should be just go on my YouTube and it should be on banner, bottom right, or go on my about and there should be a link there. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.